My name's Anna, and today I want to tell you about neurology and mental illness. But first, let me put on my thinking cap. Today, I will primarily be using this region to talk about this region. So, this is a neuron. It's like the circuitry of your brain. It uses chemical and electrical signals to control everything from your thoughts and your emotions to your movements to your digestive tract. How does this work exactly? Well, that's when the fun starts. This is happiness. Sort of. What it actually is a neurotransmitter called serotonin, one of the four main chemicals in your brain that causes happiness. Neurons pick up a stimulus that causes a chain reaction and the release of signal molecules, causing the next reaction to happen in the subsequent neuron. When a neurotransmitter binds to the dendrites on the receiving end of a neuron, an action potential is triggered. An action potential is a series of shifts in ion concentration and membrane polarization, traveling down the axon. When it reaches the end of the axon, the neurotransmitters are released. The neurotransmitters bind to the receiving end of the next neuron, which causes the subsequent membrane depolarization and action potential. Eventually, a whole network of these neurons will light up in your brain, causing happiness to be perceived. So this is all great, but what exactly is happening in the brain with someone with depression? Well, sometimes the neuron can pick up a happy stimulus, but cannot produce enough serotonin to pass that stimulus on. Another reason a neuron might struggle to receive a strong enough chemical signal is because the sending neuron reabsorbs serotonin too quickly, which causes the receiving neuron to not receive a strong enough signal to create the next action potential. This information is so important right now because it directly relates to the treatment of mental illness. Drugs can actually be manufactured to assist the production, reception, and reabsorption of neurotransmitters like serotonin. One type of antidepressant is called an SSRI, or selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. An SSRI blocks the sending cell from reabsorbing its serotonin. Instead of a defective cell reabsorbing its neurotransmitters too quickly, an SSRI allows serotonin to build up so a proper signal can be created. There are tons of biopharmaceuticals that can assist both chemical and electrical pathways in the brain. But there's also, of course, a great deal of benefit that can come from psychotherapy. While most people just see this as talking through feelings, the brains of patients can actually be altered. Cognitive behavioral therapy, applied behavioral analysis, and other types of therapy have actually been proven to change both cognitive function and chemical balances. Research into mental illness is rapidly evolving, finding new, more targeted areas of the brain, epigenetic tags, the right balance of pharmaceuticals and psychotherapy, and more. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this short trip into the brain, one of the last and most fascinating frontiers.